testify. Yeah. After 14 years, ooh, I say nothing is too hard. Yeah. Forgot, I said nothing is too hard. Yeah, nothing is too hard. Ooh, for Jehovah. If you make yourself available, so I say nothing is too hard. It's too far away. I say nothing is too hard. Yeah, it's too hard. Hallelujah. Are you serious? Hey, Mark, come on.
The person I sing this music is called Marvin. Brother Marvin. I sing you for Marvin. You will see his name. Marvin P. I sing you for Marvin P into YouTube. You will see his music. Marvin P. Marvin P. Marvin is spelled as R-V-A-N. Marvin. R-V-A-N. That is Marvin P. Then you will see his music.
Israel can testify. After 400 years in slavery, God brought them to the promised land. That's so. Liberia can testify. After 14 years, ooh, I say nothing is too hard. Nothing is too hard. Yeah, nothing is too hard. Ooh, for Jehovah. Ooh, for Jehovah. You know nothing is too hard. Mama, Jehovah.
Nothing is impossible for the Lord. Maybe Honorable Marvin Dolo will be our next president. Who knows? Who knows? Whether Honorable Marvin Dolo will be our next president, who knows?
My fellow citizens, as my tenure as president comes to an end, I take this opportunity to say thank you to all Liberians, both at home and abroad, from all walks of life, for embarking on this remarkable journey with me. In 2006, we inherited a nation largely reduced to rubbles as a result of many years of civil strife. Our economy collapsed, contracting to historical negative growth. An insurmountable debt burden of US $4.7 billion constrained the fiscal space to engender growth. Institutions were dysfunctional and integrity institutions virtually non-existent. We inherited a bloated civil service that paid an average US $15 a month and irregularly. The roads in our capital and other parts of the country were impassable. Due to destruction of our hydroelectric plant and transmission and distribution systems, there was no electricity grid. The people lacked access to basic social services. Schools, hospitals, and clinics were in ruins. Only a fraction of our children were in school and taught by unqualified volunteers. An estimated 51 doctors served a population of 4.5 million. The capital city's water and sanitation systems were destroyed. The state-owned University of Liberia was virtually closed, as were other institutions of higher learning. Over the past 12 years under my leadership, we have changed the situation and environment locally and internationally. We have changed the international image of a pariah state to one of recognition for an important role in regional and global matters. We kept the high level of civil servants, increased their salaries by over 600%, and paid them on time. We reconstructed our hydroelectric plant and are moving at a fast pace to provide electricity to the communities in Greater Monrovia. The expanding electricity grid has already brought power to 5 counties: Nimba, Grand Jide, Maryland, Montserrado, and Mankibi now enjoy grid electricity. We have secured funding and works are currently underway to expand our electricity grid to Bomi, Bong, River G, and Grand Bassa counties for an additional 100,000 connection of homes and businesses. With over 800 kilometers of primary and tertiary roads constructed and arrangements concluded for a doubling of that, our administration has completed more roads than all past administrations combined. Our primary road from Monrovia now reaches the Ghana-Guinea border. We have completed the Buchanan Highway, started works on the Fishtown-Harper Highway, and secured the resources for the paving of a highway from Banga, Bong County, to Konya in Lofa County. We have also constructed primary bridges to replace the collapsed or aged ones and made significant progress on the pavement of streets and communities in the capital city, Monrovia. Today, the free port of Monrovia, which was close to collapse in 2006, is now an international shipping and port security ISPS certified port. The free port of Monrovia can now boast of a brand new marginal wharf of 600 meters long, as well as a new fuel unloading facility. Buchanan and Sino ports, once non-functional, are similarly under improvement. Our international airport, Roberts International Airport, will finally be up to standards with a repaved runway and a new terminal building to open mid-2018. We have constructed over 300 new schools and renovated hundreds of others. The 3 rural teacher training institutes are operational again and have trained over 6,000 professionals to replace unqualified volunteers. To address the dire need for quality education, we have renovated and renewed Tubman University in Maryland County, which serves as a regional institution of higher learning, and modified the learning facilities at the University of Liberia's Fendel campus. We have established 5 community colleges in Nimba, Lofa, Bomi, Grand Chide, and Grand Bassa counties. We have also instituted an innovative partnership with private institutions with support from international foundations. As I speak, over 2 million students are now enrolled in school, compared to 600,000 in 2006. We currently have 712 functioning health facilities, many with auxiliaries for preventive action. By the end of this year, with additional certified by the reactivated Dogliotti School of Medicine, we will have 298 medical doctors. We have renovated the JFK Referral Hospital in Monrovia, constructed a state-of-the-art hospital in the rural area at Tapita, and renovated and updated all county hospitals. Primary health care is free throughout the country. A first, an eye clinic established in partnership with the LV Prasad Eye Center of India, with state-of-the-art service, is functional and has reportedly performed the first cornea transplant in West Africa. Our White Plains water treatment plant is back to pre-war status and providing 16 million gallons of piped water to residents in the capital city per day. Similar facilities are operational in Kakata, Buchanan, and Swedru, with ongoing works in Vonjima, Saniquili, and Robertsport. In the area of security, justice, and the rule of law, we have a new and professional army, and more than 7,000 police officers and other security personnel have been trained and deployed all across the country. Our efforts to decentralize so that government services are more accessible to our citizens has led us to build 15 service centers, 1 in every county, and dozens of courthouses in the various counties, including a state-of-the-art facility in Nimba County. Additionally, institutions such as the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Auditing Commission, and the Internal Audit Agency, just to name a few, have all been established and or strengthened to better protect our national resources. In spite of all the gains mentioned, perhaps the most important achievement of this administration has been the Liberian people's resolve to keep the peace and ensure never again shall we resort to our ugly past. Freedom of speech and expression have been protected and are at an all-time high. Indeed, Liberia is on an irreversible path to sustained growth and development. I hope that all of us, regardless of our political affiliation and sentiments, can recognize the work we have done together and get involved as we strive for the continuous growth and development of our great nation. The strength and resilience of Liberians have been a source of motivation for me throughout my tenure, and it has been a great honor and privilege serving as your president. I bid you farewell and present you with this token of appreciation for your continuous support. May God bless us all.
My clean rounders, we're here DTV on the grounds of the Capitol building. Why are you doing this? And you see he's taking down the billboard that was just placed here. When the president announced or addressed the nation. So we say welcome to DTV online wherever you're watching from. His name is McLean Randall. And he's steering. So we ask that wherever you're watching from, share the video. McLean Randall, the grounds of the Capitol building, and we understand the Vice President is here. The Chief Justice is also here in session. The DA boss is here. And so you see, the guy is saying that according to him, this is the sound of campaigning. So he is taking down the billboard. So DTV online, my name is Jefferson Perry Weir. We're coming to you live from the grounds of the Capitol building. So you see, this is what's happening here right now. He said, according to him, this is not campaign time. We are not in the period of campaign. So he's taking down the banner. He took down the one representing Kaluba Yeke Kaluba put up. And so the President's State of the Nation billboard is what he's now putting down. And we see security coming down. Security has come. So he's been carried outside. Now, so you see, this is what's happening here now. We're here, the grounds of the Capitol building. So he's being dragged out by security here. By this, he's being dragged now. He's being dragged. He's being dragged. DTV online, wherever you're watching from. My name is Jefferson Weir. He's been put out of the building, the compound. Here he is. He's being dragged out.
What was the action this afternoon? Comment. You guys are witness. You guys are witness. You are saying.
May I make your phone?
Yes.
I make your phone.
Thank you, sir. You are saying with our own eyes. You are saying with our own eyes. Now you understand that this country is a country of law. Now you understand that Liberia must stand up. Now you must realize that in fact, this country needs a revolutionary approach. Trust me, if the NEC cannot take action of this, I will come back here again and put it down. I will come back here. My clothes, everything are doing with me. My clothes, everything are doing. They have naked me. It was Baba Timos. It was Abache security that tracked me also. You are a witness. Tenants are here. Trust me.
as the kingmaker in presidential elections, has given a new reason why he will not support the re-election of President George Weah. Longtime Senator Prince Johnson says in the 6 years since he was elected, Weah has failed to bring investors to Liberia, thereby worsening the country's unemployment rate. Supporters say the president has focused on the country's development through his government's pro-poor agenda for prosperity and development. The new development comes after Johnson says a high-power delegation from the ruling CDC urged his party not to field a presidential candidate because it will hurt President Weah's re-election chances. Johnson tells me the delegation included several top ministers, including those from the Ministries of Finance, Labor, a former Minister of State, and the chair of the ruling CDC.
We have a candidate, standard bearer, to run directly. And they are saying, no, we should not run. We should support Mr. Weah. If we do, it's an affront to Mr. Weah and all kinds of talks. And we say we are a party registered under the law of this country. And our support from 2017, October, it ended October 2022. So there is no more document binding. And during this 6-year period this year, we have observed that what we expected in the past is not what we see on the ground. We believe, as one of the Liberian people believe, that being the world best, European best, African best, all the best, that this election would have attracted investors to Liberia to create jobs and alleviate the suffering of our people through the investment and employment. But since this election, the world has abandoned us in the sense that no investors are coming, and what we're doing in the country is just ratifying loan agreements all the time, and you cannot build a country based on loan and internal revenue within private sector. So things are very difficult in the country. The unemployment rate is escalating. So there's nothing encouraging to give Mr. Weah second term. That's why we decided to quit.
Senator, help me. You said a delegation from the ruling CDC came to see you. Who are the members on that delegation?
Well, the Minister of Finance, the former Minister of State for International Affairs, the chairperson of the CDC, Mr. Malu, Professor Wilson Tape, EPA Director General, the Minister of Labor, Minister Charles Gibson, and many others.
Senator, how do you say there's no development? As recent as, I think, earlier this month, the president dedicated a hospital. I see pictures of roads being paved.
Jimmy, that's a different thing. I'm not saying there is no development. There are some level of development. I am saying the high rate of unemployment is a major concern. When investors are not on the ground to provide jobs, that we are alleviate the sufferings. We're talking about jobs for our people. The jobs, we put food on the table. The jobs, we have our people, those university graduates every year. When they graduate, no job, their degrees are hanging on the walls, and they continue to increase the number of unemployment.
Let me ask you, Senator, in the past you have supported President Weah. And this is the reason why I think people accused you of selling your NIBA vote for money. Some people are saying you are making all this noise because now you want the government to give you more money.
That's what I hear people say, but they are on the wrong side of history. That is not my nature. I don't know of any market where they sell votes. They say these things, but it's not true. If I form an alliance with you, I collaborate with you, and I find incompatibility, coupled with that, the agreement expires, I can no longer renew that agreement.
But why not support one of the parties? I mean, how certain are you that your candidate might win?
We are open to all parties. We are working with ANC. We are working with the Unity Party. We are working with the newly certificated party, EFCC. All of the parties on the ground, we are working with them. So one party cannot win with all the other in the country. So you need all hands on deck. Senator
Johnson, it is always a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much. Happy New Year again to you.
This is not part of the hearing, but I want to add it there so that you answer it before we leave. When in this chamber on a oath, all of you, the security people, declare Senator Dino a national security threat to the president.
Yeah.
Am I still a national security threat to the president?
As far as you're concerned, you are still on a street on it.
Okay.
Yeah, a national security threat can be removed when we are certified enough that the threat that will pose to the national security, the interest of national security is gone. We determine it's gone or not. So You're not saying in this one that I should get you up. I tell you, it's not going there. Instead of that.
Please. Wait a minute.
Mr. President,
no,
I want to make it clear before you are presiding.
Let me make sense of this.
Yeah.
And I don't know, honestly speaking, I don't know who made the determination as to this one as a security threat. I don't know how square we use as that's very, very wrong on your part. If the member of the Senate is a security threat, let Senate leadership do this. I don't listen to the Dolo, I don't think you will send a determination as the Dolo is a security threat. If he is a security threat, then National Security Council make house to do. And while that's what he being declared National Security threat. Yes, you can't have a member of the Senate on a security threat. I think that we have a Inspector General Police. And another always deal with the Inspector General Police issue, deploying law enforcement of the concession area. It's wrong. Concession area should have their own concession there. No, precisely. Concession area should have no concession here. So having said this, having said this, we allow the Attorney General to speak the issue of the law. Thank you very much. No,
Subpoena to request the president to send a copy of the turnover note. She says she left money. He said no. What will prove the whole case is the turnover note. So this last annual message, he repeated and said there was nothing in the coffer, it was empty. So I took it from that line to say, well, Mr. President, he wants a new mandate. He will go from village to village from time to time. That's good for him. But what did he inherit? What did he inherit from the outgoing government of Madam Salif? What were the properties that belonged to Liberian people that he inherited? Because I saw 1 million plus 150 million. 150 million. If he disputes what I'm saying, then let him publish the turnover note because it's in there. Signed by him, receiving it from Ellen, and Ellen too on signature there. And that's why we have today From there, we went to the party headquarters because our party had been infiltrated by the CDC. And though we already observed carrying up anti-party activities, we were having the meeting to see what the party would do against them. Then I received a call from a very credible person from higher up and told me, don't take for granted what I'm saying to you. These people are desperate. They will not forget you and Kun, but you especially. They got two plots. One to assassinate you, but you are a hard target. You don't go all after 5. You don't go to all places. You don't go to club. You don't go. You got no friend. So they want to apply the plan B. Get people together, lie on you that you committed this crime against so and so person, and then they will bring false witnesses, and they will carry out what you call perjury, false witnesses, and they will put you in jail and leave you there and drag the case until after election. The first law of nature, being self-preservation, I had to call VOA, I had to call you, and I called Maggie. I said, Maggie, this is a plot you're making? Don't want to kill me? He said, why are they killing? I said, because when you came to my house, you said to me, when we put Kennedy on President Weir as a
used to be a driver for Check Sacco. So
exactly. Siwa had an accident, and then at the time he was with Joe Bolton. But Joe left in Sierra Leone and flew because Joe has an engagement in London. So right away, one of the boys who were with me said, "Oh, then Joe called me, man. I left my driver over there. When I took care of Stewart, he was okay." I said, "But you know what? Stay here with me and work with me." Stewart worked with me. Everything was okay. I empower them because I don't like people just solving me all the time. I believe in empowering people who are with me. So through that, before the 2017 election, in fact, Stewart always used to come. The senator say, you know, when they were being in Jamaica, every time Stewart came to me and asked on behalf of the senator, I never ever called the senator.
On behalf of the senator, we are.
Definitely. When he said this, I gave it to him. Up to the time they were building the stuff, he came for sliding windows, $1,800. I gave it to him. I didn't call Senator. We are never at the time to ask him, did you send Stewart? So this time around, we went to Guinea-Conakry for my father 40 days. It was in April of 2017. I had all of them in the Sheraton Hotel while we went for I told them we can stay at my family house because you guys have different kind of activities, and there's a Muslim home. You know, they may not encourage you guys. So I put them in the Sheraton. I told everybody take your rooms. We were paying around 222 euros per night. Now, while sleeping in the morning, I heard a knock to my door. And who was it? It was Stewart. He said, "Oh, the senator wants to talk to you." I said, "Oh, okay, Stewart." I said, "Oh, Senator, how you doing?" He said, "Oh, my man, I want to extend my condolences to you first for the death of your father, man. Oh, man, you know, we spoke our thing because, you know, normally he's from a little Muslim, you know, he got a little Muslim orientation as well." He laughed over it. He said, "My picking, I just call you, man. My picking, you know, the election real, but I need a car." Right away. I didn't even say a word. Right away. I said, "What kind of car do you want?" He said, "My picking, I need a Jeep, a Land Cruiser." So I said, "Okay, no problem. I'll work it out with Stewart, and then I'm not going to come early. I'm going to stay here with my family in Guinea, but Stewart will bring the car." Right away, I had another car dealer who came on that particular sacrifice with me. They call him Awa. I said, "I call Awa." Awa came immediately. I said, "Awa, can you make an arrangement for the SUV Land Cruiser for me immediately? I'm going to send it for a friend in Liberia." Right there, he placed the call to Freetown. A Lebanese guy said, "Oh, I got one, but for $70,000. So I said, "Okay, not a problem. Talk to him. What the last price?" The man said, "No, I just got that car. It's customized. It's built." I said, "Okay." So I didn't go with $70,000, but I got businesses in Guinea, and I was just building my 6-story building. I had, I think, about $400,000 for that project already there. So I called my little brother, who is Mohammed Sako. I said, "Mohammed, come." I said, "Go in town to our head office because we got a diamond office also at Park City." I said, "Go and check in his safe and take $70,000 and give it to
$70,000 United
States. And then after the program, I said, "Stewart, you can go and take the senator car to him." Stewart went and took his car to him. When the car got there, it was in silver color. Then George said, "Oh, I need a car in black. You know, I like black color." I told Stewart, I said, Stewart, take the car to Fox Garage. I will pay for the, spraying of the car. We spray the car, everything. Oh man, George was so happy. I'm not a politician. When I came back to Liberia, being so excited, he wanted to see me for us to talk. George and I talk. The next thing is that George introduced Koji. He said, my man, you gotta see one of my Pekin at the youth league, man. That was how he introduced Koji to me. From there, Koji and I.
You were not nowhere near politics.
Nowhere near politics.
Everything.
Nowhere near politics. Koji and I, right away we clicked. We had a good working relationship. The first thing I said, Koji, listen, once the senator have shown you to me, my man, the man pushing me into this thing. Most time Koji will come to my office. I said, Koji, okay, let's set up the party headquarters first. We took 2 cows. I gave Koji $30,000. From there, I told him all the auxiliary group, let it come to me. They did it, collect, they will not deny it. Many auxiliary group, they came to me. I was giving them the money. I said, let me help a brother because I see that George is desperate and he's a brother. You getting me right? He wants this power. I don't want politics. I don't want to be into it. I got my partners. I got businesses that I'm doing. I'm okay. Going through that, the next thing is, bam, George asked me to go with him to the European Union Parliament meeting that Usman Bamba has organized.
Those pictures we saw.
Those pictures you saw. So I was like, oh, Chief, I need to go to my partners. I got a lot of businesses doing. I got to go pick up diamonds in Guinea, go to Sierra Leone, go do this. I said, I got 3 countries running. He said, my people got to go. But I don't know what impression Usman put him on. We went to the European Union Parliament meeting. We visited a few parliamentarians. But I don't know what the meeting was actually all about. I just accompanied them there. It was him.
You just went along with them, but you didn't really know.
I didn't really know until later on. It was like just a basic, to meet people and stuff. And then it was me, he, Besonga Fine, Trokonkwi, and Usman Bamba.
We saw the pictures.
And then later on, we met like 3 parliamentarians, and then later on, we met the president of the European Union Parliament, who is from Italy. We had some good discussion. They promised George. They said, well, when you win, we got $40 billion projects that we want to send over to Africa, but we definitely going to send most of it there. They had their fan talk. But we went back to our hotel. Right away, George said, in the night, he was confused. Let his room, see my room. And then he came to me. Begin. Asking me what the war, how he is, my begin. A fucking man can't be one of the player, Every man, I even get mad. Election.
So that whole meeting now, your photo up to your meeting.
So let me tell you the fun of that day, right? That day we took the pictures and Kalasco was calling me, and money was already vexed. We went there, nobody promised money. And I can remember he
European Parliament promised him money.
I remember he started at me. Mama said, but just to share the fun a little bit of some of the good times we had as friends. We just laugh over it. We went to the hotel, and then he woke me up at 12 in the night. He sat me down. He said, my piggy. He said, man, Hana good man. We can hear all things. He said, but my piggy, let me tell you, they are depending on God, the party, and you to make this work. So I said, me? He said, yes. I said, how? He said, my piggy, you've been doing well. But, they told me that you work with some billionaires and stuff. I said, yeah, honestly, I do work with them. But picking, you got to many people to come over. Costa, trust me. I was so committed to George Weah that everything he told me, I didn't even have a second thought. Like, look, I got my good relationship with my people. No need to me to put them in the mix of politics.
Yeah, you already got a good business relationship. No need to come put politics inside with it. Yeah. So we can hear you. Your sound went up just now. Folks, I see deep stuff here. We just lost Sheikh. We just stay put. We're gonna get him back. But I like the way he's narrating the whole thing because we saw these pictures of them in Europe when they went to the European Parliament. So that Usman Bamba made that possible.
Yeah.
So and Georgia, you were gonna get money from the people in the European Parliament.
And Costa, we've been talking about this particular Usman Bamba here on the show. A lot of people used to be doubting us that, oh, you guys are lying on Usman Bamba, blah, blah, blah. Here is it now. You're hearing it from someone that was in. Yeah, somebody that was in. So there is no faking here. We used to tell you guys about Usman Bamba. Usman Bamba is in Africa. He's been running things for George Weah. And so Sheikh will tell us more. And there are a lot of things. I know Sheikh area, he diamond broker office here on a Ronald Street. And that's where other people, the sedition used to go. I know all of that.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you know, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, my
You
brother.
know, we about to just we've been quiet
over.
over the time. You getting me, right? But we're just about to talk and now receiving phone calls and stuff. But it's still not going to stop me because I've been
they've been calling you to harass you.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
You know, I've been doing a lot.
So the man,
I've done a lot for the friend that I've loved to my heart so well that I went extra mile for. Who people don't understand. So right away, I didn't waste time. I placed the phone call. I said, you know, okay, no problem. You depend on me. So I went in my room. I said, wow, George, we are used the war. Begin the party, God and you that are depending on the winning election. I must go extra mile for George. I called the partners right away. I put meetings together, you know, and we went there. We sat in a meeting. The next day we went to France. Look, Costa, my partners were not okay with it. But because of me, I said, look, I will guarantee it. I had to guarantee that money, guarantee everything for a brother that I wanted him to succeed. Costa, we came back.
Sheikh gone low again. You know, people keep calling him because of the story that he's explaining. So he just giving us the things that happen when they get to France. They met with the Russians, and you know the Russians give them certain amount of money for the elections. So I will not explain. He will explain what happened and how everything happened. So I'm just letting you guys know where he's driving at. So they went to France. They met with partners. When you hear him talking about partners, the Russians that he been operating with, he went and met with them. Okay, so Bibra Sheikh is back. Cause please check back to. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Baka. Like I said, you know, I had to like black few people so I mean they can keep disturbing, you know, because I've swallowed a lot, you know, and I just need to speak. I'll be very professional so at least people, seditious, some people who don't understand will understand exactly what happened and what's still happening. We had a meeting. I organized everything. I guarantee everything. You getting me? The money was sent. In fact, we had our last meeting before the other meeting we had. Then we had to come back to Liberia. They said, okay, then we have one problem with George. George doesn't have a good public relation. You getting me? So you have to come back for the public relation before we release the money over to you people. But we'll give you the money.
So the meeting in France was hosted, right? You guys had a meeting in France with the partners.
Yeah, we had a meeting in France. The first meeting was in the Hotel de Françoise. Hotel de Françoise, they were where they then did they did all his photo shoot. You remember those nice photos that came out, those interviews with Radio France International, Journal Afrique, you know, with the different news outlet, everybody came. Even that day said, Madame Claudia flew from the US. She was with her at the hotel. We spent almost the whole day doing photo shoots and public relations. That was done. We flew back. Then we came. When we came, we sat in the meeting. The next meeting was at Hotel de Méridien de Paris. Hotel de Méridien de Paris, it was on August the 16th. Remember, TDC was launching on August the 19th. We concluded the meeting, we struck the deal. They said, you know what? My partners called me on the side. Sheikh, we don't want to be in politics. We are business people. You know, we got a lot of huge projects to do in Liberia. I said, but we cannot do those projects without supporting the government. We're talking about billions of dollar projects, but we're going to come to that later on the show, where you're going to know what they wanted to do in Liberia. You understand? So right there, we struck the deal. He said, oh, I want a helicopter. I said, right there, my partners took a phone, they called in Africans. They organized one helicopter for the official launching of the CDC campaign. Okay. We did all the paperwork. When we got back, I signed all the paperwork.
Let me just ask you the question. The helicopter that you're using for the campaign was from the partners that you negotiated with, right? It was from the
partners. In fact, the first we used 2 helicopters. The first one was a white one that came for the official launching of the program. And after the official launching, it went back. Then we brought the blue one. the blue and white one that spent about a month with us.
Mm-hmm.
You understanding me? And we did everything. It was successful. The money for George Weah came. I collected all his money in pieces because there were liquidity problems at the time with the banks. The money got in somewhere around October 7. Some of the money was sent to Echo Bank. Some of the money was sent to RB Bank. I went. I picked up his first money, 700,000. Gave it to him. Picked up his money by trenches. The rest of the money that left me, he instructed me, pay Kofi Olomide. Remember Kofi Olomide came for the campaign. Pay Kofi Olomide and his crowd 50,000. I paid. Pay Frederick Mayweather this amount. I paid. Pay Van Vickle 10,000. I paid. Pay all these celebrities I can. I paid. George Weah last money that left in my hand was 155,000. I went to the house after the first round. Gave Koji this amount of money. I paid because Koji has to go pay the pool washers. I gave it to him. I gave him all. His last money was $155,000. I put it in the car. It was after the first round. I drove to the house in Rehab. We sat down. He said, "Damn, my beginning, yeah, my beginning, they were." But he said, "You get my, my country then left there. You know that how he get to?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I got 155 for you." He said, "Go bring 100," because he had people sitting. I think he wanted to solve some problems. I went in my car, took out the 100,000 and brought it and gave it to him. He said, "Mama, Piggy, no problem." I said, we're going to Ghana tonight." I said, "Okay, no problem. I'm here. You gotta let me know if you want me to go or not. But I'll be busy." They left and went to Ghana. The next day in the morning, Bamba placed a call to me. "Oh, we want you to give 50,000 to one Ishmael." I said, "Bamba, this is George money. Sorry to say, I want to confirm from George before I get the money. No disrespect to you." He said, "Oh no, my being yeah, go get the money to the man." I went up to Ira supermarket. I called Ishmael again. Ishmael the 50,000. But I left 5,000. The next day again, he called me. He said, "Give Ishmael 2,000. I went and met Ishmael, got to the same place again. He balance money left 3,000.
3,000, yeah.
So right now, when I get Ishmael the 2,000, all of the total money that people gave me, that I've been giving to him bit by pieces, bit and pieces, I call him back. I said, "Listen," I said, "Sandor, you know I've been spending a lot." And then the blue pickup that they used to use at the Palo pickup, that was my company pickup that I gave them, brand new. I bought that pickup up almost customized because I customized it for $58,000. They were using that pickup. They took the pickup to Southeast and they put the dirty diesel in the pickup, all the nozzles damaged. Prestige Motor were asking me to pay around $5,800. So I told him, I said, "They got to fix the pickup because you know you're using the pickup for second round." He said, "Oh, no, my picking, no problem. Now 3G left, follow in, I had to put away." All George Weah money was paid. Where the problem gonna come? The next thing is we are in Bamba in Ghana. After 2 days, I'm sitting at SD Copper Road where I used to find my late comfort. You know, I don't want to talk about that here. You know, in a low corner where I used to get my comfort, I received a call from France, from the accountant, Aurela. Aurela is the check. Are you aware that Jacques went to take 3 million? He requests for 3 million more of the money from Andre. I said, "Where is George?" He said, "But you are not with them because Andre just called me and George is in Marrakesh."
Morocco.
About 3 million. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey man, Costa. At the end of the day, as soon Aurela dropped the phone, George was sitting with my people in Marrakesh, left me in Liberia.
And went behind you to your people.
My people here in Bamba. You understand me? Let the people know today why they think that George will want to treat me when he wronged me. You sitting with my people, you went to them, you called them, tell them you want to have something urgent to talk with them, you go discuss money with them. People said, "But where is Sheikh?"
What?
"George, I've been committed to you like a little brother.
Damn it.
If this actually says Sheikh knows about it, all you just need to say, no, but let me call him now. Knowing that I committed to you, I would have done anything for you to become president. You call me at that moment, I want to say, "Oh, but you already there, no problem. Let's just work it out quick to see whether we can get our money." You understand me? If people ask you, Sheikh knows about it, you say, "Yes, Sheikh is aware." Even if you say aware, what you do? Send me a text.
Say my as I yell.
I forgot, but we hear already. When people call you, just say yes. He didn't do anything of such.
My friend and brother Francis, how you doing? This just money we are clear. We'll play for you guys one of these days. But tonight we have the presidential hopeful. The presidential hopeful, Honorable Marvin Dolo. I call him honorable because only honorable men and women can be able to seek for that office. So as he is doing, before that, let me bring in my co-host so he can be able to say one or two words before we can be able to bring our guests. We are not getting here. You're coming in a little bit lower. I'm getting it, but it is lower a little bit.
At the day we talk.
Yeah, you okay.
I'm okay?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm not doing anything more than that. Okay. So I was asking you, so before George Weah contested for the presidency, he was already honorable, right?
Yeah, you were all right, honorable, because you were in the House of Senate.
Oh, but they may not in the House of Senate.
The man is in Minnesota, but for the fact that they got ambitions, he have in honorable Marvin Dolo, his knee is honorable, and I want for you to respect that he is honorable man. No, you yourself, yeah, you are honorable man.
An honorable man, but me, I don't want anybody to dress me in borrow clothes anyway. But anyway, I accept the result. We just cracking anyway. For the most part, my brother, God is good and everything is fine here in North Dakota. Today, it's kind of a wonderful day. Even though the day is over, but stay in it. We have 45 degrees today. This part of the year in North Dakota.
You are low. You are low. You are very low. Yeah, I think it's better now.
Yes, like I said, the weather was very, very, very good today. Since I've been in North Dakota, I've now observed the kind of weather at this time in February. Okay. So I'm glad that our winter is already facing off. So that's a good thing. Okay. So I would like to know our guest tonight better. Okay. Hopefully you can bring on board so that we can, question a little more. I understand that you got a political party now, so that's a good news.
Honorable Marvin Dolo, how you doing?
Very well, brother. Very well, very well, very well. Thank you for giving me the privilege to be here at this hour and the time for the world to be able to listen to me. It is a privilege.
You need to adjust your camera. You need to, okay. You are better that way.
No, you need to calm down a little more.
Yeah, you need to calm down a little more.
Calm down. This way works.
Yeah. That is okay.
Okay, then. Thank you. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, bear with me. We kind of find the best way to set the camera so that we can get. Yeah, okay. Good evening, good morning, people in the diaspora, people in Africa. Good morning, people in Europe. Maybe good morning.
You are not still showing. Okay, like that. You are okay.
Okay, then I'll keep it like this.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. By the way, my name is Marvin Dolo, and for the sake of respect and passion and the grace, people call me honorable, as the brother was arguing, say, why you calling me honorable? So I'm Marvin Dolo. I'm Marvin Dolo from Nimba County and residing in Minnesota. And by the grace of God, here we are, and I want to take everybody, thank you for being here. And whatever God bless me to offer here, and I will be willing to answer questions, whatever it is, and then we can go forward from there. Thank you.
All right. Francis, you go first. I mean, are you still adjusting here?
Yeah, they must part here kind of squeezing a little bit. I want to give this man a different adjustment, the president in waiting, so that I can be blocking something like that. All right. Mr. Dodo, how you doing today, my brother?
Princess, I'm doing okay. I'm very, very okay by the grace of God. We are here. And Minnesota is a little bit cold today. It kind of like look like 45 to 50. Warm people getting outside with just light jacket going outside. So we are okay.
Yeah, that's the same thing we're having here today. Anyway, the last time you were on the show here, I was at work making sure the family survive. However, tonight I'm on the show and I'm trying to like get to know you better and our audience for the most part. You want to just, if you don't mind, describe yourself a little more and your motivation, your encouragement, and your interest in contesting for the presidency of Liberia 2023 October 10.
Yeah, as I said earlier, my name is Marvin Dolo. I am 46 years of age. I was born November 24th, 1976 in Nimba County, Seneca. There where I was born and raised, went to Simiri High School, and then came to Morovia, graduated from Assam to AME Zion, studied criminal justice, public administration. But based upon the condition right after Charter leaving the country, things fall apart. Things fall apart very bad. And whatever 1-2-1-2 we were doing, we couldn't do it anymore. And let rebel attack, all those things, World War I, World War II, those things happened. So it set me backward. I didn't complete the school that I was going to in AME Zion. And then doing other business around, God bless me. I came to America through DV. And I decided to, because I'm a kind of man who loves to work with my hands. By myself, probably, I love to work with my hands. Reading books and cover books, having too much paper is good, but I decided to do physical things with my hands. So I went to Apex Technical College in New York. I did mechanical auto engine, and I graduated from there. So I'm a mechanical auto engine professional. And since then, I've been working with other mechanical car dealers and different factory when it comes to auto. I work with Malice Auto Shop as the general inspection in the shop and stuff like that. In the whole borough of Crystal, Broken Park, down Minneapolis, and all those things, I was inspecting all the cars they had in the shop and they were giving out. So that's what I've been doing. And then I established my own company called Goody Logistics. I do auto parts deliveries. I go to the factory itself, take it from there, and deliver to all the dealers and to all the mechanical things that they need in the shop and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing for my living, to put bread on the table. But by the grace of God, the Lord called me, and the vision, it came long time, but I downplay it because I feel that maybe I was daydreaming, maybe I'm going off my head and thinking this way. I don't know. Looking at all the challenges involved, all the advantages and disadvantages involved, I decided to not pay attention to it. But when God has designated something concerning your is attached to, I don't care how you take bath 50 times a day, it will be there. I don't care if it's this physical thing that you can garbage it, you will come back and see it in your house again. And that's what been happening to me. But right now, I want to make this clear because the world is listening to me. I have declared my intention, and I've been working towards it to run for the presidency. And right now, I don't want to talk too much on the presidency right now for security reasons, because there are a lot of homework need to be done. So we are working, the team in Liberia, we are bossing ourselves up, meeting other politicians who are veterans, they are in the way. And there are a lot of things that is going on right now that I don't want to really break my neck before soon, because whatever I say here will be used against me or for me in the time of election. No one knows tomorrow. But I believe, even if I will become, if for one way or other, because there is so much communication coming to me from the political atmosphere, if I will have to go as senator, if I will have to go as representative, whatever, that one way or the other, from the attack in good manner and in bad manner that is coming towards me, if there is a means I can take one step backward to give one or two for them to go forward, it's on. But I believe the day Joshua is leaving office, I repeat myself, I believe the day Joshua is leaving office, even if Joshua will go for second term and he's leaving office, the man who will be elected after Joshua, it is me sitting down here. I would never be afraid.
Okay.
Not because, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
But hold a minute, AB. Let me just do a follow-up. I mean, that was just basic introduction, even though he went a little far. Let me just ask a quick question. Yeah. Honorable Dolo, let me follow my CEO, directive and recommendation, okay? Honorable Dolo, His Excellency.
Yes, sir.
The last time you were very emphatic and you were kind of also spiritual, right?
Yes, I am.
Because I can remember multiple callers call, including myself, about your preparedness in terms of finance, your preparedness in terms of logistics, your preparedness in terms of interacting with the voter, even though you are not in Liberia right now. And all of that, I don't know if I probably maybe didn't get you right. Maybe you can correct me. But I never heard you even going for a second choice, neither third. Because you said emphatically clear that God gave you this call everything while you were in the gold mine in Grand Bassa County. Right. But you didn't, probably that was not the right time. And this time is the right time. Now, if I hear you talk about stepping down one step or two steps, going as representative and senator, is it that you are giving up or you are trying to make a U-turn? Number one. Number two, you are still in America, Minnesota to be precise. Voter registration is starting on March 20th, next month. Yeah. How prepared you are, even though God call you. If God call you, probably you don't need to go to Liberia. Just go to inauguration and be inaugurated, because you're supposed to succeed Joshua. Even though it is contradictory to your earlier statement during your intro, talking about representative position and senator and all that stuff. But if you like, just give a little bit highlights on those few questions.
My brother, what you say, it is true. I have made several statements that God called me. Whatever that I'm speaking about, God's hand is behind it and God is backing it. And God is the one doing the mechanical aspect of it. I will only be the driver in the car to drive. But in everything that is happening in the political arena, God is the mechanic in the shop on the political atmosphere. But we know David, I just want to set an example on David. David was chosen. David was anointed. But the time David was anointed, he was chosen. He went through many struggles that even David himself asked God why. So if you check the Bible, many of the Psalms we read, even the Psalm 23, you see, you will know that Psalm 23 that we're reading from the Bible, the Lord is my shepherd, it is not on a good atmosphere that David was in to write that proverb. It was not in a good atmosphere. he was in a situation jammed and even doubting God, but yet and still he have seen himself coming a very long way that God have been taking him. And that is what happened to me. Just from the pronouncement that I have made, brother, even without me being in Liberia, without me saying, creating some kind of putting or some kind of cry and stuff, just even from this media we are talking on right now, there are good and evil forces that are preparing themselves. The good people, they are praying for me. My brother, what you saying, we pray that God will help you to get there. When you get there, we will come to help you. And some people say, we shall see. You say now what I'm talking, say that God said, we'll see how it will happen. So that, and I'm trying to reduce, despite of God is there, but on the human side, I feel beaten up. I feel too much blow coming to me, too much threat. Even one time on the same platform, somebody said they're going to Malay to search me all the way deep. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. Maybe we can say things, and spiritual things are happening to me here. As I'm sitting out here, there is so much spiritual things, so much confession that is coming as to what people plan to do with me. But I know God is there. But if there will be politicians who will ask me to wherever it is, I've only been praying. I said, God, whatever I agree unto, let your will be done. That's my final word I can tell you. On the human side, I will struggle. On the human flesh, in my human flesh, I will struggle with my yes, I will struggle with my no. But in my prayer, God, let your will be done. And there where we are right now. But I don't want to say much thing right now until I get in Liberia. There where me and those politicians that are already on ground, we're going to sit and talk better, because there is a meeting that is set up for me that will on my way already in Liberia. Very soon, the next time maybe I will not be here in say 9 Minnesota here talking about presidency. You'll be hearing me in Liberia. Whatever God going to bring, if He will want for me to get into Texas first before going to the presidency, or you want me to get into pick up truck before going to the presidency, it's up to God. But one thing I know, I will become president anytime by the grace of God. Whether if it is God's will, 2023 is my year or 2029 is my year. But I know I will become president very soon.
All right, Avi, I want to do a quick photo up, right? Let me see. His Excellency Honorable Dolo. Let me add a little more there.
Yeah.
You talk about spiritual blow coming to you. You are not even closer to the executive mansion yet. According to our ESA in Liberia, Chichi Police people, the mansion is so demonic to a point where since Samuel Doe left, Charles could not sleep there. Okay? Eddie King, the mansion got burned before she even got there correct. Joe King, he said, even though our crewmen are from ground crew, but I'm not going there. I will be at the foreign ministry. He just hanging around the corner there. Okay? Now, you're not even president yet. Even though you say God said you'll be president, you ain't even closer there yet. You already see the demon that hating you. All right? The demon that hating you. And then there are a lot of people threatening you. So my question is, how can God be with you? God is on your side. It is God that making the choice for you. It is not your own choice. It is not the Liberian people's choice. God said, you the one will succeed Joshua. Then why you fear?
No. Brother, please get me right. I'm trying to set a good pace. That I am, in fact, from the day Doe died from the executive mansion, or it may not even be Doe, we can say Tobo or Tobin, which one of them that was assassinated, in the executive mansion before Doe take over from Doe, and the war came, and other people have been afraid. And, for me, I will tell you the truth, my brother. I'm gonna say that I'm trying to hold something to reduce the attack for now until I get to a certain place before I can start attacking some demons. But I will tell you, I'm Marvin Dolo. I have no fear. And if God bless me to be pronounced as president the very day I'm pronounced as president, no electricity at the executive mansion, I will be sleeping in the executive mansion the very day of inauguration. Current there, no current there, Bugume there, no Bugume there, whatever devil are there, the devil will reconcile with me and we'll work together to build a country. That's why it is.
Okay. AB, I give it over to you, man.
Yeah, Honorable Marvin Dolo,
Yes.
thank you again for coming. My question, I have two major questions.
Yeah.
My question has to be, the last time you was here, you were practically clear that when you become president, I already have a job.
You are going to information ministry or LBS, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
All
You
right.
do have. It's waiting.
Yeah. So I wanted to know from you,
Yeah.
what are you, where it is, where in your mind that you think that I will be placed? That's my question number one.
My brother.
My question number two is, how prepared are you? Which sort of political party are you going to run on?
Oh, thank you. Let me first address your first question. From our previous, interview, I made a statement that if I become president by the grace of God, that which I will be, I am waiting on that. My brother, it is, I will tell you, and all those that are listening, scientifically, biblically, whatever terminology in religion that you can use, it is our time. In the whole world, it is our time, this generation, you and me. It is our generation that God is installed into every offices everywhere around the world now. Everybody that fall from the 70s, if you are born from the 70s, the very day of 70s, if you are born from the 70s up to now, people who were born in the 90s, they are looking now up to the people that were born in the 70s. Those that were born in the 50s, those that were born in the 40s, God is retiring them now to serve as a vessel. So we that were born in the 70s, we can ask them the good, the advantages and disadvantages of their life, so that we now can be able to reconcile with our Creator and our environment. So it was not just a free thought that slipped from out of my mouth that said that when I become president, you're going to work with me. It is true, and I'm saying it. Whatever that God have appointed me to be in Liberia, my brother, you will work. If it calls maybe press secretary or whatever it will be, that even if it calls for me to create another agency in the government, it will be because of you. A more peace for the president, and that's what you'll be. You, since we've been talking this thing, you have been the very first person who have used their platform to bring me over. Even though I don't really want to be there now, but if you post certain name on yourself, these are the requirements. So I can't hide myself from the public. But I will tell you this truth. If it costs me to create another agency within the government as press secretary, you are the next press secretary in waiting for the executive mansion. Second question. Can you please help me on that second question, please?
My second question was, which one of the political party?
Good. We are right now. We are negotiating right now. We are negotiating, and we are negotiating because when I first started, I received a nerve from my back with the team that we created from here, the manpower that we created. It stabbed me at my back when I got to Liberia. But as God could have it, I felt very discouraged. I'm not afraid to say what happened to me. Some people don't say it, but the more I say it, the more it's like I'm building up more resistance of tribulation that will come, trial that will come in my life, so that I can harm people, I can take things personal against people. But whenever you assess as whoever now taking another level, that you'll be a focus point to people or serve as a reference point to nation, automatically all this element within the package. So I'm not saying it against anybody, but as God could have it right now, and I'm not afraid to say it, There is a political party that is waiting for me right now. We are on a negotiation, even though by document, by pen and paper, it have not been signed yet. But based upon the news and courage and friendship we are building all in Liberia, it will be People Redemption Party. People Redemption Party. I will be arriving in Liberia as the presidential candidate for People Redemption Party. It's a legal party, it's registered, and our headquarters is right to Congotan Barrow there where we are right now. For one or two political mechanical problems, that is what we are working on right now to settle it before I can get on ground in Liberia. I'm only saying that for the sake of my followers who are wondering where will I go, where if I get like from my.
Yeah, that is very, very much important, and let us. That is the breaking news. The People Redemption Council. That is
People Redemption Party.
People Redemption Party.
I was about to ask question now. So whether the Redemption Council is back.
People Redemption Party. People Redemption Party.
PRP.
Yeah. That is the breaking news. But frankly speaking, are you ever the presidency? Their presidency is not for Joko. This presidency that you may be playing with, or that you may be taking for granted, it is not for joke. It can tell you, it can turn your dark head into a gray head overnight. Because of the thinking. It can turn your dark hair into gray head.
Right.
I want for you to know that whether you ever this job, because you saw Madam Salif living at the executive mansion right now, around 10, going home. You ever the job, yeah? You ever the job?
Yeah. I will tell you, Brother Abraham, I will tell you. When they say world best president, the best president, someone to reside as president, and that wish America will find peace, Europe will find peace, Africa will find peace, Asia will find peace. I am the president sitting down here called Marvin Dolo. When I become president, I will tell you the whole world, every enemy of America will go to bed to sleep. Every enemy of Europe will go to bed to sleep. Every enemy of Asia will go to bed. Everybody, every weapon, there will be, how to call it, people will lay down their arm. Every war that is taking place right now, the day I am pronounced as president, mark my word, the whole world will lay down their arm. I am the best person who will become president, and the world will find peace. Even America, the hope of America to have peace is on me.
For America to find peace is on you?
Me, I'm telling you the truth. I'm a nuclear weapon for America to have peace.
All right.
I am the one. I am more than president. What I have is more than what my mouth can speak about. This is the time that Liberia is about to flourish. The Liberia will talk about sweet land of liberty. When I become president, that is time the pronunciation and the manifestation will really take place when I become president. Sweet land of liberty. Everybody, in fact, the America will sit in will come to you. White people will be running to Africa. Africa will be filled with white people from all over the world. I am Marvin Dolo sitting right here in a very common form.
What are your first 100-day deliverable plans? What are your first 100-day deliverable plans like?
In the first 100-day delivery plan, my platform, we prioritize, number one, we prioritize electricity. In the period of the first 100 days, or first, let's just say 60 days in office. The 60 days in office, brother, the hydro plan for electricity should be built. Yes. It's a demand that it should be built. Because what? I'm saying best.
But let me come to you. Hydro plan cannot be built in 60 days. That is what.
Yeah, even if the engineer can say this will cost 3 years, but better, we will find an alternative that the whole country will be electrified.
Okay.
And electricity, we will find an alternative that the whole country, the street of from Morocco, from Broad Street all the way to Africa border, there must be a current on the road. Even if your light bulb go off, you will never know that your light is off based upon the highway light that is on the road. Safety. So in my platforms, electricity, I feel that electricity open door to every corridor of development. So we prioritize electricity. One of the things that causes death, because I will say, okay, health. Some people say, no. Why you say health? Right now, most of the death that is taking place in JFK or in any hospital, in any clinic in Liberia, is lack of electricity. We may have the surgical material. The data may be available, but the current is not stable. While the data have already in the process of surgery, current go off. Now, situation leave undone. The patient left be on the table and bleed and die. That is not the cause. The government is not the cause. They just say, oh, she didn't make it. Any death that will take place in Liberia, we should give the cause and the reason why. That's the only way we can develop. Let us identify what is the cause of our fault. Then we can recover. So electricity is my number one priority so that we can improve our health system, improve our agriculture, improve our education. Electricity holds the keys to every level of development. That will also make it impressive for investors to come. Because if you are a businessman, you bring your goods, you buying generator, you buying gas, you at the same time you paying rent. Tell me, it doesn't encourage any investors into the country when you have to fuel for every minute of your business. You have to fuel a generator with the profit and the so that is why today our money system, the economic system is tough because business people are forced to make back their interest or profit. So that's electricity is the problem of lack of development concerning our country. Then
so okay, go ahead.
After electricity, we prioritize road construction because we want to have a good ambulance system. Liberia, even if right now, I say I want to become president, about 50 ambulance right now I carry. I carry ambulance in Liberia right now. Where can the ambulance go? On the Broad Street to Railway, but when situation is in the corner, car can go there. So we have to prioritize roads so that we can have access to every homes for emergency. Even the fire service in Liberia is not functioning. They are there, but they don't have access to road. No access to road. So when in my first 100 times, we measure every avenue, every boulevard should be paved, accessible to reach in any homes. These are the things we're going to prioritize. Second to that, agriculture. We cannot be a country that have no desert and stay beg for corporate to eat. We are a complete liability on the business people. Even if no rare with those that are producing the rare, we're forcing them to go plant rest, which of course rain is falling on. We have half forest. All we do with the forest is just to cut down coal and we burn coal for the corporate we're going to buy in the Lebanese store. These things, it make me shame as a Liberian. Being in America here and we cannot feed ourselves, it make me shame. Even right now as I'm speaking to you, I see a lot of people in America have to buy back and put it in barrel to send to their family in Liberia. Can you imagine that? People are shipping cup of rice here for America, putting it in barrel, going to Liberia just for family member to eat. This situation, we have to bring it to a stop. It's a shame and a disgrace for our country that is the second oldest independent country in Africa. Agriculture, we will prioritize agriculture. And under my administration, every county must produce something to eat. Every county. If your soil, if the Grand Cape County, a rice cannot grow good in Grand Cape County should produce peanut. If pumpkin or potato can grow in Grand Bassa County give me potato or banana. Every county, the 15 counties must produce something for the consumption of the population. It's a matter of must. I'm not saying I'm going to beg or I'm going to lobby. I'm not lobbying for it. The resources are there and we have to put it to work. Because when you go to the hospital, the doctor will ask you, before the doctor treat you, the doctor will ask you, say, have you eaten? And if you are not eating anything in a day, the doctor will not treat you. You know what? The hanky drip on you, and maybe the sickness that on you, no needle supposed to go in your flesh, but because you are lack of food, drip is forced to enter your system, and then you die. So agriculture will be highly prioritized. We must be able to produce at least 80% of what we eat as Liberian in our country. Maybe the bottom 20% can come from abroad, just in case for the business people. But Liberia is a country to feed itself.
Okay.
Then,
my friend, my brother Francis.
Under my administration, it is a demand that our health system, JFK was once the world's best or African best hospital those days. Even though at that time I was a little boy. Before the war came, I was a little boy. But at least children can hear, children can copy record. Children are good listeners. They may not pay attention to you, but children can listen when you're talking or anything in the environment. Children copy everything despite they're not looking at you. JFK was the African best hospital those days before the war started. We have to bring that record back to life. I want JFK in every hospital. Our health center in Liberia should be the #1 best that Ghana people can come from all over the world, bringing their patients, people running to Liberia for health. That's the country we want.
That you were achieving in your first 100 days.
Yes.
Okay. Francis, back to you.
His Excellency Marvin Dolo is kind of optimistic a little bit now. I can see him, bombarding. It appears to me, and he's sounding like the first 100 or 60 days, like he said, 60 days. Even the hydro cannot be built in 60 days, it will make sure electricity will manifest itself. But the people must get light.
Yeah.
And that's good thing. But it's almost like everything will be done just in 60, 100 days. So I think Liberians, they are right around the corner between now to October and not too far. It's less than 10 months for the most part, but I think it's a good thing. But this is a question I got for you, honorable man.
Yes, sir.
October 10th is not too far. It's right around the door. It's right around the corner. We were away 5 years ago. Now we are where we are. Yeah. For any reason, I'm just being hypothetical, right? We go to election, and you don't even smell any spot. I'm talking about coming closer because 3 elections now we are going to run off. Nobody have been able to attain the constitutional requirement, which call for 50% plus 1 vote. So let's say we will go into it October 10, 2023, and you don't win the election, even though God sent you. You don't really need to do anything much because God said you are next. You are the one that going to, replace Joshua. And you're not going to fight him according to your previous interview because Joshua is your brother. You don't need to fight. You just going to get it. So in case you don't come closer, because we're going to call you back here to come and tell, don't bring Bible verses, please. So I just want you to give us some kind of answer for that. Because you're going to talk about David, you're going to talk about Paul and all that stuff.
Yeah, sorry if it seems to be a little bit offensive talking about that kind of stuff. But sometimes...
it's not offensive. I just being real.
We use it as a stepping stool to have confidence in yourself and what you believe in. My brother, for now, I am saying God say. And I believe in God, and I know there is God. My being in America today, it is God. I want DV those days. Because I was nobody, I was doing nothing. Nothing was available for me to do. And when I wanted DV, even to be able to obtain the passport, which was $50 US. The $50 US say, if you find me, you know who born dog. I walk, yeah, $50 US, just to obtain $50 US, to go to foreign affairs to be able to obtain a passport. It was difficult, very difficult. I lost hope. Again, I maneuver, I beat around from the people. They felt sorry for me. That $50 US, I was able to get it and get the passport. I maneuver every other way to get. I went to American embassy. I was lucky to get a visa. I got a visa. Plane ticket says If you find plane ticket, then you will know the beginning of Kavala River to the ocean in Liberia. This is where I'm coming from. I walk, I cry, I beat myself in my own bed. Many times I kneel down crying, God, why me? Why other people are succeeding, other people are going their way? I was always looking at other people's success and crying on God, why? And I lost hope. I never knew I would come to America. Never. Because the financial means wasn't there at all. It was impossible for me to come to America. Out of nowhere, working from nowhere, somebody saw me. They said, what is happening to you? And I explained to somebody, and the person said, I'm going to America tomorrow. Next week, as soon as I reach, I will send your plane ticket. I thought that was a joke. Before I knew it, my plane ticket came, and I rode Air Mura from Liberia. If you see me going to the airport, you would think that in fact, people look at me as a criminal. The security at the airport, they say, hey, my man, come here. Where you going? I said, I'm going to America. They say, in fact, the man almost slapped me. He almost slapped me. But the only good thing I made that I was not abused was my document. I presented my passport to them. When they saw it, they stayed detaining me over and over, looking for the one part. They check it, because the way I was going to the airport, it wasn't looking at somebody who was really traveling. Because I had nothing to buy, going suke bear on me, people working with suke, they drinking it. None of those things was available because my life was upside down coming to America. And that's how I came. And today, I'm talking that I'm the next president. My brother, I will tell you, when I get in the race as president, there is no breeze, nothing. Let me tell you this truth. The devil will talk to the devil, will pray against that God made the devil. Every living thing on this planet was made by God. Good and evil were made by God. My going as president, the demon will obey. And that is my story to you. I'm going to win this election when I get in the race at all costs. And John Weah will be happy. I am the only person who John Weah will be happy to turn the country over to. Because if John Weah turn the country over to any other person, that country will end up into chaos. And John Weah will even run away and he will never return until he grow old and die. That is the setup against even him. And I'm saying that some people say you stop the sedition. I am not talking about sedition. I am talking as a Liberian and the safety of everybody. Our president should live. Charles should not live. Even though he's in jail, Henry Justice said he live. Yes, when Upon leave, he too he should live and let him stay in your country and enjoy his country. That's the Liberia we want. We don't want anybody leaving the office and they going after them to hunt them to kill them. And only me that George went and turn country over to.
But yeah, AB, before you come in, let me just do a follow-up question. Honorable Dolo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to do a follow-up question on your last statement. Talking about only you, George Weah, would be happy with to succeed him.
Yes.
And the reason for that, according to you, is because you will spare him and he will feel happy, he will live in the country happily. Good job. But how do you feel about what happening to Liberians, especially young people, that elected George Weah prior to his election? We knew George Weah was a good footballer. He was in the Senate for the most part. But everything we see him doing now, he wasn't doing it though. And majority of the young people, if I will be the one to speak for them, they saw themselves in George Weah in terms of generation, in terms of similar suffering you're talking about, hard time, and thinking that he could be the one to change their ugly corner to a better corner. From all indication, that is not what we see today. So what is your thought on that? People are dying every day, police investigation inconclusive. What kind of outlook in terms of national security and the safeguard of our country, considering everything we're experiencing now as Liberians? There are a bunch of Liberian young women gone to Oman, some of them in Dubai, some of them in Ivory Coast, some of them in Kenya, all over the place, because Liberia now has become so hopeless, useless, if I can use that word, under a generational brother, successful Africa best, Europe best, and world best footballer, George Bekugbe Pastor Marvin Weir.
Good. Thank you so much, bro. Joe, we might fall within our era of how do you call it? In our era of birth or hierarchy of birth in the 70s, Joe may fall within that era, maybe. But Joe himself, he's not a bad guy. Joe is not wicked. What is happening to the country right now, Joe is not really in favor of it. But too much of advice. If you have too much people advising you, it creates fear. There are too much people that are advising George Weah. And the advice they're giving to George Weah is leading to a lot of setback in his government, that which we are complaining about. And George Weah, if God says it is not my time, despite of the boldness of talking, and he still have to go for the second term, I believe all we can do is to pray for him, who are as advisor, that all of fear, he working within that plan and it leading the country backward. Those people, they will be exposed and they will leave. In the Bible says here, he will shine and do well before he turn over. If again, God said it is the 6 years that are and it is over, that our Marvin Dolo will take over, I will tell you, whatever spoil, we will fix it. America is waiting to help Liberia. I will tell you the truth. I can't say it all. America has planned itself, both economically, whatever technology or financial means, that America been helping other countries or to help any country. Liberia have a good package for, let me say Liberia, sorry. America have a good package for Liberia because Liberia is the childbirth for America. So we will improve that's the reason why I made emphasis on security. Because most of the thing we are accusing the police for is done in darkness and there is no proof. Even if you catch the criminal at hand, there is nothing to show. Even people who have cell phone, communication is hard. You call anybody, whole day they ask you, I don't get data. I don't have data. I don't have data. All of those things is a hijack to the security of growth. Because even if police is not around, I can videotape something that is happening and I can forward it to the police and the police can do good investigation. There is nothing that people can forward to police for police to help the police system. That these things will be harder adjust because with the help of America, we will get help. Even though not to say we will be a liability to the American government, we will use our resources that God has blessed us with to empower ourselves, and our international partners, if they see our good deeds, they can come over to help us. Those who have traveled out of the country based upon hard time, honor my leadership. We will honor my leadership. I'm planning, even though I talked to somebody to the airport who is working to Ralphie Airport right now. By the grace of God, she might be the director of our national airport, Ralphie. We want to create Liberia airway system that everywhere Liberia or even black people that have gone in other countries that have been ill-treated, we will bring them to Liberia and relocate you to your own country of origin. Liberia will have to come back. Even we that in America here, there are a lot of people here doing surgery on their feet. A lot of people here doing surgery in their knee. A lot of people here doing surgery in their back. And they are retiring, but they are stuck here because the situation in Liberia is deplorable. If they go there, they will die. So they rather die here and get good burial than to go to Liberia and go die in poverty based upon the bad environment. So these things, I am here. God brought me to this country to see, to hear. Even if I don't have master degree, my environment alone can teach me. I have a lot of wisdom now based upon environment control and population control, the health and security of a nation. What is good for a community, I know it now. So these things, I'm going to address them to bring everybody that have gone desperate and suffering to come back home, and it will be under the support of my government.
Okay.
Yeah, Abby, before we go further, let me just inject quick something that he said something prior to this question. Are you there, Honorable Dolo?
Yeah, I'm listening, Papa.
I know. I see you flowing, and just by the way, tonight you ready dress executive. I can see the flag and all representing Liberia. Good job,
Thank you.
man. You looking good, though. You know that, right?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm wearing yellow because my vision is a speed because we going to
But I
move
can
you.
see it, my brother. Don't go there. I can see it. But this is
Yellow
what I
stand for
want.
Texas.
You said the war when you become president. I'm talking about WORLD, including United States. You're going to
Yes.
become the nuclear or the nuclear weapon to solve America's and the rest of the world problems. How
Yes.
come you are here right now? You are sitting probably Brooklyn Park or maybe Brooklyn Center in Minnesota.
Yes.
You are the one that's supposed to solve the problem of America. You ain't
Yes.
solving it right now, and you are right here.
Yes.
So how are you going to solve their problem when you just said in your statement that America going to be helping you, but you're supposed to solve their problem? I found it difficult to understand.
Okay, let me clarify for the sake of the hearer, for all the people that are hearing me right now. My brother, physically, if you come right now to where I am living, you will see me as a common man. As I'm telling you, the American government is protecting me. As I'm speaking to you, I speak in the White House. I serve as an honor cover advisor to the White House. Before the war could start in Ukraine, there was discussion I have with the White House. I write them. They talk with me, they communicate with me. Even the vice president know me very well. The few times when the American government was passing certain budget to help the Haiti government, I make a comment that some of the money should go to Liberia. They told me that the money is not prepared right now to go to Liberia. They're not looking at Liberia right now. They're looking at Asian country. I am communicating in the White House as I'm speaking to you. But my time have not come yet for elevation yet. Everything is David's upon time. When the flesh is still warming, that's the time you will see the Air Force of the United States of America flying over Liberia. My military will be the world's best African army that is waiting. There are things waiting to be done. I'm not lying. I'm not making it up. That's true. The American government already know about me. They know about me. They're watching me. They're protecting me. I have security. And there are budget billions of dollars that is set up for Liberia, for the person that will take over, and the American government will see it necessary that he or she have the agenda for development. Then that budget will be released. Liberia have the highest budget in the American caucus treasure. When it comes to Africa, Liberia have much, but bad leadership have stuck it, and that's what we all crying from.
Okay. Very soon we'll soon be going to our line, and for our followers that are in Radio Land via Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, we are coming to you live from the state of Minnesota. I am your homo servant, Mzee Abraham K. Kamara. Alongside with me is Ambassador Francis Kangoma Dono. He is the son of the soil. But to you, Mr. Presidential Hopeful.
Yes, sir.
Something came to my mind.
Okay.
There's a plan, there's a prophecy. It came to you 2010. Am I correct?
You're right. You can remember for true. That's why I say you will be with me at the executive mansion. Man, who can remember, you can help the president to do good job. You can remember good. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
You can think good. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Papa. Sorry.
So hold a minute. So you gave my CEO job. So where my own too?
Well, we when we get there, the story will tell itself. We can't say it all. But yeah, I want to be a blessing to you. When somebody take that platform and bring you over here free, he didn't charge me, and this brother is making.
Okay.
And then making you popular.
You
your story out there.
You came to prominent in 2010, but people never listening. Am I correct?
Yes, you're right.
So what is it? Because the elections in Liberia have in 2017.
Yes.
And your prophet said, God revealed to you in 2010 that you are the next president.
Yes.
Why then you could not be the next president in 2017, then 2018, for your inauguration to be able to take place? Why is it that never happens?
To answer your question, my brother, please, I'm begging my listeners to not get vexed with me. But I want to tell you that God did not wake up my heart to receive the calling. It is now that He awake my heart up. It's like he gave me something that which He didn't activate my spirit to receive it. I heard it. I heard it. It was something that was told, but I didn't receive it. It is in this year I have received what I was told. That is why in the whole political thing that been going on, I have never getting involved. And in fact, my coming to America, based upon my status from Africa coming here, I've been playing. I'm just been doing my little best to be a little man. Maybe buy 1 or 2 little cars, go because I love transportation. I'm a mechanic. So for the reason, go and open your nice mechanical shop. Be having contract with government officials to be facing, as a contractor to the government. And when you going back home, these are the things I was calculating. From a human perspective, I've never really bust myself into the presidency as a burden. I didn't take it as a burden on me. If it was a burden on me, then long time, maybe the time my heading was going, even George will becoming senator and all those things, then my knee could have been in the page. But I received information that which the package wasn't given to me. That is why now it is time now that the Spirit has wake me up from that communication we had, and now we are talking about it.
Okay, so the number to call here tonight is 612-520-1016. Once more, 612-520-1016. Or you can better call on 267-938-2801. Or you can better call on 267-938-2801.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Francis. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. We are here with Honorable Marvin Dolo, the presidential hopeful for 2023 October 10th election in Liberia. What is your take?
Different Mr. Kamara. How you doing, Mr. Kamara? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Mr. Dodo, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, brother. I'm okay.
Thank you. Mr. Dodo, I have a question for you. Hello.
Yeah, hold on.
My dear Francis, first of all, my dear Francis.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you to you and to everyone that is working.
Who else get lost?
Hello?
Yeah, hold on, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for...
No, I'm not talking to you. No, I'm not talking to you. We have another caller from Francis side. Francis, you go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear the caller. Yeah, the caller on. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to ask a quick question to Mr. Dodo. Mr. Dodo.
Yes.
To actually announce that you want to be a president in Liberia, what do you want to do in Liberia? That's one question. The second question, do you love Liberia? The third question, what is your motivation of actually going to the presidency? What motivates you? And what sets you apart from other presidential candidates like Mr. Parker, Arizona Comey? What sets you apart?
Okay, thank you.
He was very low. I didn't get all the things he was saying. Can you read that question for me?
Yeah, I was You want me to repeat my question?
Can you increase your volume a little bit, please?
One second question.
Is it better now?
It's much better to me.
Yeah, I wanted to know...
Honorable Dolo, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
I wanted
Yeah,
to
you
know
hold
Hello?
on. Hold on.
Okay.
what inspired you to get in a race? One, what set you apart from other candidates? Two, what are some of the problems you identify in Liberia that you waiting to change? That's actually because you don't want to see the same song, right? That's Kumaya Baso. I'm going to change the rule. I'm going to bring electricity. I want you to name three things that set you apart from other candidates that are coming to run in 2023.
Okay. Thank you.
The three different things. Thank you.
Okay, we have another caller here. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling on from?
Yeah, my name is Sam Dobo. I'm calling from Salt Lake City, Utah. And I just joined the show a few minutes ago, and I heard, your guest in the studio. Apparently, that guy has good
All
base in
right,
Liberia.
King, just wait a little bit,
Yeah, I
okay?
just want to appreciate him, and we want to appreciate more young people to, enter the race. But I have a question for him. I want to know his plan, what he has for all the natural resources, like for instance, the iron ore from Mandima and the ore from the Western cluster. How he intends to, what he intend to do that will make these natural resources, benefit the population.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Francis, let's take question from your side.
Yeah, King, are you on?
Yes, I'm on.
All right, go right ahead. You are live. Be snappy. We get a lot of we got tons of callers calling.
Okay, senior brother, how you doing?
We are doing fabulous, brother. God is good.
Yeah, thank you guys for the show. I would just like today for you guys to give me a little, like, just 5 minutes because I have
5 minutes too plenty, brother. Plenty book with you.
So, first thing, let me commend the brother because that's his ambition. So you cannot push somebody out of what they want to do. That's right. But I want to ask our aspiring question. Honorable aspirant, we all have been following Liberia politics, and I believe that the reason why today Liberia is looking at it is because people commit impunity and they go free. And in your administration, will you prosecute those who have committed tragedy against human life, those who have done a money laundering? Are you willing to prosecute any act, or are you willing to contribute to the worker and economic code in Liberia? That's my next question. But to be honest with you, I love your political ambitions, and I love how you feel about politics, about yourself. But that's my question, because if you answer that question according to how I want it, guess what? I'm going to be one of your partisan.
Okay. And you're going to be one of your supporters too, right?
If he answer the question the way he wants it, and we don't know how he wants the answer to be, so there is a big condition there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's a 1 minute question for my campaign.
Okay. Mr. Marvin Dolo, we'll pause here for you to address those three questions while we await our
Hold
callers.
a minute, yeah. Hold a minute. There's okay. The caller went anyway. Yeah, go ahead.
Honorable
I
Marvin.
want to take this time to appreciate everyone that coming on board with a question. The brother that said, what difference would I make better than me, than the people who already in power or other politicians that are on ground and that Liberian people already know about? What difference can I make? My brother, I will tell you this truth. I will tell everybody here this truth. My administration, we will use, in fact, let me say in the most common way, Liberia is, I can say everything because the three questions say is like all of them kind of working in line with each other. But for the sake of hearing and answering those questions, those three questions in the proper manner, the number one different thing I'm going to do under my administration that no president have ever done is we need to build our human resources. For the sake of the first question, human resources, it is the power of education. A lot of people, even those right now, those that are going to school or graduating from LU, graduating from any other college, they don't have the practical skill. Yet you go to university, you graduate, you have the degree, you are looking for a job, but you do not have the practical ability to implement what you know. For this reason, under my administration, we're going to empower Ministry of Education from kindergarten all the way to college. Every school, private school and public school, every student will have access to computer in the schooling until they graduate. So when you graduate from college or high school, you are already computer illiterate. Even our generation, the time we were coming from out of school, when you graduate from school, you have to now look for extra money to go for computer school. So you will see people that of our age or people that who graduated from high school or colleges and stuff like that, we are still suffering to understand computer. And this present modern generation we're living in, the school system in Liberia is poor. And no computer system, nobody is computer illiterate. These are some of the setbacks we have in our growth, in our economical growth. No computer illiterate students. Everybody got degree. But when you come to practical implementation, nothing. So we're going to build our human resources with our advanced education system, just as America or just as the modern world we're in today. That will be implemented in our school system to build a good human resources in our country through education, so that job investors that will come into the country, we can be able to, Liberians can be able to get jobs instead of importing people from Ghana, Nigeria, India. It is a shame and disgrace on all when people are coming from different countries to plant potato green in our. We will teach the Liberian people how to plant potato green, and nobody will travel from different countries and can plant potato green in Liberia. It is a shame on our level of education. So that is for the sake of the person who asked what the difference will do. We will empower our education system to the advanced level of civilization, modern civilization, so that when you graduate from any other thing, you say, I graduated from high school, you already computer illiterate. I graduated from college, you don't need computer classes, you have to go take extra courses in different things, spending free money again for computer courses for you to just have access to job. And every job today, that computer. But many graduate from Liberia, they don't know computer. You see, it's a struggle. So that's why I would do different, that no person has ever done, and I would do. Then our second question, what would I do for the sake of Liberian people? Based upon our human resources. My brother, to my listeners out there, Liberia is so blessed. You know, we've been talking that Liberia is a blessed country, Liberia is a rainforest. Maybe you will not know. But if God bless you to sit down in plain, just for the sake of common people who are listening to this program or who may have access, if you sit down in plain or anything that will help you to fly in the air and look over Liberia, your whole appetite for your country that you've been knowing will change. Liberia is a rainforest country. We're giving timber to different countries, producing different things out of wool. We will use our resources, and everything that we have to produce, it will not be taken from all the country. At least for the sake of employment, to boost our economy, our GDP, whatever it may be called, we will have factory for everything that we are producing in Liberia. We will have anything that can come from out of iron or iron ore, we will have a factory for it in Liberia. If it costs for all to do at least 3 to 4 processing before it can leave, let it be. but we cannot keep shipping raw material continuously. From the day of 1847, Liberia continued to ship raw material outside. Then different people face it, we become the consumer of it, we're high expensive, we're high cost. This thing, it burned my soul for me to buy rubber dishes in US dollar. It burned my soul for me to buy iron spoon, cold spoon, US dollars. Which of course these things is from Redma Baya. The local river produced that thing. The computer that we buy now with exorbitant money, the chip is coming from Liberia. The material, the raw material is coming from Liberia, from Lofa River, Kavara River, the mountain, all of them, they are from Liberia. But we have spent too much money to buy what we have. It burned me up. We're going to make sure we will have factory for everything that we're producing in Liberia. To the third question, what will you do for people who have stolen, they are taking or raping the little resources they are abusing, shipping in different countries with different needs? What will you do with those people? I want to say this clear, and to the American government, I don't want tomorrow by getting power, then my voice begin to change. As I'm speaking now, I have not get it. The day I get it, my voice will continue to remain the same. For the sake of peace, our generation, we are not going back to go fight people who fight their own generation, who destroy their own generation. It is not my energy. I don't have the energy to go fight people who were born in the 50s, born in the 40s, whatever they did in that time of generation is up to them. The people I'm going to go after are people who are born within my generation that have access to the resources of our country. Will bring them to book. We'll bring them to book. But past things that happened before, our even baby or whatever, who all fought war, those that fought war, I was a child when the war fought, whatever meeting they had, I don't know nothing about it. So we're not going backward. We are going forward. My administration is going forward. We're not going to do the thing where love wife day. Don't look back. The angel said, don't look back, and you decide to look back. She turned to a period of sorrow. Today she's in Israel because she looked back. My administration, we are not looking back. We are looking forward. People who commit crime in this present time, they will be brought to book. Economic crime will be about war crime code. I am not investing our energy, the Liberian people energy or resources into war crime code. War is gone. War was fought in heaven. Every country fought war. America fought war. London is fighting war. Japan is fighting war. Everybody fought war. We will lead our war business so that our generation can focus on development. That's all I can tell the Liberian people. But those who stole money, resources that are supposed to benefit the people and keeping the country in poverty in the present time, I will go after them.
All right. Keep your call coming out on 612-520-1016. Once more, 612-520-1016. Or you can better call us on 267-938-2801. Or you can call us on 267-938-2801. Or you can better call us on our WhatsApp number on 215-266-6509. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling on from?
Hello?
Yeah, caller, what is your name and where are you calling on from?
Yeah, my name is Sam Dobo. I'm calling from Salt Lake City. I want to ask the incoming, I want to ask the presidential aspirant in studio, Mr. Dolo, how much does he have for his campaign?
The message God giving the thing to him say.
Okay. Mr. Dolo, that question is, how much do you have? Okay. Okay. Just mark that questions. Then we have another caller here. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, hello, Francis and Ivy. How you guys doing, man?
I'm doing good. Go ahead.
I'm Amos calling from North Carolina. So I just want to say this guy is doing well on the show, and I think he's articulating even better than the current president. George, I can't be articulated than this guy.
Hold on. Mr. Dolo, you hearing him?
I'm hearing him.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, brother.
I mean, Joshua, can even articulate as this guy is doing right now on the show? Since I heard him speaking, he's making a lot of sense.
Cora, I come in. Hold on.
No. I think this guy's going to make a good president. Thank you.
Thank you. Cora, what is your name and where are you calling on from?
Hello, this is William Whiteman from Philadelphia. Is the show or is it live? Or
Yeah, the show is live. The show is live.
I thank you. Sorry, I want to make a comment, man.
Make a comment.
Yeah. Yes. I hear that brother talking, and he's talking a lot of good things, but he just tells me that something is not right. Something is not clicking well. Is he really okay? One, there are people who can just imagine things. My friend used to talk about a guy they call Don Yobi. He see a group of sheep coming down the hill. He said they were armed, a warrior running after him. The guy is talking things that I don't see a realistic. I mean, his talk, his things are good.
Baby, don't spoil our show tonight, man. Don't do that.
And just listening.
No. We're not. We have to protect. We have to protect our guests. We're not allowing you for you to. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Cora, what is the name and where are you calling on from?
My name is Gunter Gon. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Gunter Gon.
Yeah.
Original Gon from Nimba County.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay. I got a couple of questions for the president in waiting.
Just reduce the question to 2, please.
All right. Can I make it 3, please?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah. The first one is simple. I want to ask the president if he can drink. That's number 1. Number 2, to see if what will be his intake on Prophet Key. Will he accept Prophet Key abusing his mother? Or why will he think about Prophet Key getting on Prophet Key show? My last question is, he said he's for the new generation. Why will he think about Joseph Boakai, who wants to be president with that age? Thank you.
Okay.
For Joseph Boakai. You already told you.
Yeah. Mr. Dolo, go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, everybody got different. I want to appreciate all of you that wherever it may be negative, it is necessary. We cannot. We need to take some critics. People have to come and say the ugly. It can't always be jolly. So, brother, thank you. I'm okay and I'm fine. Thank you. I want to address the bro. How much do I have for my campaign? For security reason, I can't sit here and say and call any figure how for security reason I have to, because it say a man who man his mouth, man his life. So I have to protect myself.
Exactly.
I'm not going to just talk something stupid because I want to be show and just talk stupid, and then after talking, then somebody come in and rob me. The American government will say that you cause your own trouble. Yes. So, but we will spend we will spend what we will do. We will spend what we will spend to make our win. That all I can tell the person that asked the question, how much do I have? Whatever it takes for us to spend and win, we will spend it and win and get all going forward. That is our goal, to succeed. And the second person say, if I'm drunk, I'm this and that. Thank you, brother. I'm okay. It's just that I'm a man. I'm in pain, because the reason why you asking if I'm okay is because we treat politics with secondary. Ain't no so secondary. You want to be too portfolio, too much of protocol, destroy anointing. You destroy the anointing with too much protocol.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and allow protocol to quench my anointing. My anointing, I'm very practical. I'm mechanic. That's what made me. I went to mechanical school. If you can check the record, go to New York. There's a school called APEC. You see, I graduated from that school. So that's to tell you that I address difficulties, because anything that have problem, are facing issue with problem. And Liberians, let me tell you, I'm not just going to let you go and say, I'm not here to cause you, but I want to let you know, my brother, I am, if he's saying another saying, yes, in another saying, I am not okay, because what? Liberians in America, Liberians in Europe, Liberians are in Australia, Liberians are in Asia, Liberians everywhere around the world, they are suffering to take care of family in Liberia. Liberians are making double hours just to support family in Liberia. Those that are supporting family, we are going to Western Union or mobile money that we're sending. We are doing data. We're sending data to those people. You think those that are in America or in diaspora that are feeding the people in Liberia, you think we are okay? We are not okay. I am not okay when I take my pay. I have to split it into two with all the burden that is on me to take care of two. It doesn't make me okay. So in other sense, you're right. I am not okay in another sense because we Liberian, we are on fire based on the situation that is affecting our people in Liberia. So in another sense, I am not okay. That is why I'm not here in the diplomatic form with the protocol system that you expect me to be in. I'm practical. So there are situations that need to be changed. We are the oldest country, the second oldest country in Africa, and we are one of the poorest countries right now in the modern century that we are talking about. Is that okay for you? So that is up to you. So I'm not there to cause you bad and say, but I will tell you in another form that the question you ask, indeed, you may be right and you may be wrong. So that's it. And so what I can drink. Whether if I can drink, I can't drink. That is my personal affair. But I don't drink. I'm a leader. I'm a wise man. I don't drink. I don't drink to come on show to talk nonsense. I am saying what is affecting our country and what needs to be changed is what I'm here talking about. So I don't drink. Prophet Key, let me tell you this too. I'm a man with principles. I believe in our culture and dignity and value of who we are, call ourselves African. Despite of me sitting down here, when I wear African clothes, I feel more proud than when I wear coat suit. That is the truth about me. When I wear my African attire, my wing can grow, my arm can. In fact, when I go to church, because so far I go to church, when I dress to go to church in my African attire, man, my arm can be like this because I look different. I represent, I dress in the way I am. People, the way you dress, people identify you. Prophet Key need deliverance. Prophet Key, even if he can't go to church, Prophet Key need to go to the Pro Society so they can reconcile him, even if he went there before. Because no man who have the culture and dignity of African can ever open their mouth to insult, to say words from out of your mouth that degrade the value of your own mother that gave birth to you. Prophet Key is not my friend until he repents from his sin. And that's it. Whether you get money, you get the potential to give me vote. I don't care for Prophet Key vote because Prophet Key is a disgrace to African culture. And I can never make friendship with Prophet Key, who insult and disgrace the culture and dignity of who we are as African and call himself prophet. That is a disgrace to even call himself prophet. If Prophet Key get in my shoe and I have the power, I will discipline Prophet Key. And just the way when you want to rude student in school, when you are stupid, they will lay you on devotion on the table and whip the devil out of you good before you can become a good student. Prophet Key need to be disciplined. So Prophet Key is not my friend.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe let me ask a quick question regarding the Prophet story, regarding the Prophet
answer. We have a quarter here. Let's take the quarter. Then Mr. Dolo will mark it down, and then we'll go to you. Quarter, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, AB and Francis, my name is Talamuya. I'm calling from Norway.
Mr. Talamuya, go ahead.
Yeah, however, congratulations for your new job. And I hope Francis should be part of that job. And also thank you for the work that you have been doing for the past year. I think it has already been paid. You see? Because for someone to make you a press secretary at the executive mansion is not easy. You see? Then